Hello and welcome. So in the past couple of videos we've been sending back a message. We've been sending back a nice back to the client every time we type something in, and that's no feedback to the client. So every time we type something into the client we have to go back to the server to see what we actually got back. So let's just change that because we've got the response system in place. All we need to do is change the message we're sending back. So instead of sending back a nice to the client, what I'm going to do is just send our response that we're getting back from the state machines and wherever. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this message to client out because we don't need it, and I'm going to change this to response, and I'm going to change that to response as well. And that's it. That's all we needed to do to get back a reasonable feedback to the client instead of just a positive comment, which was nice, which is good, but let's get something useful back. Okay, so that works. And another thing I wanted to do was be able to quit the server without actually having to close the terminal, which is annoying. So to do that, what I'm going to do is check if response dot upper is equal to quit server. So every time we type in quit server into our client, it should actually no, that's not going to be the response, is it? What we actually need to be checking is the message that we get from the server, not the response that we get from other stuff that we have in here. So we need to be checking somewhere over here. Yeah, so I'll just check here. So if and remember, we're getting the message back as a dictionary. That's why we have to do this here. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. So I'm just going to copy this whole thing. Control C. If message data.decode UTF-8, and on top of that, well, let's just put this in a variable. So dc msg equals this. I'm going to say if quit server, then we're going to say sys.exit. And I don't think I've imported sys in the server file, so I'm going to do that. Import sys. And that looks like it. So let's try this out. I'm going to save this. I don't need to. I'm going to run the server. Pi. I don't think I'm in the right directory. So let's just change the directory. And pi server. And let's try out let's run the client. So let's try a command out first. So waveform mode. Oops, didn't mean to do that. But as you can see, instead of getting back a nice, we're now getting something, a reasonable feedback, a usable feedback. So command no recognized because we forgot to put a question mark there. Question mark, and we get back norm. So that works. And let's try out the quit server. So quit server, and remember everything gets capitalized by the .upper function, so we don't need to worry about about our casing. See if yeah. Okay, we got an error actually. When the data message line 65 line 65 to line message. When we quit the server, it's actually going into this accept for some reason. So what I'm going to do is put this whole thing outside this try and accept. So I'm going to Control X and come out and whoops, copied the wrong thing. That's just a waste of time. But yeah, I'm just going to copy the whole thing here, and before I exit the whole thing, I'm going to print a message out as well, just to let the server side know that we're quitting. So quitting the server. Brace yourself. Okay, so save that and let's run a server again. Um, quit server, and we have quitted the server without any sort of error, and we got the message as well, quitting the server. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to cover, well, I'm not just yet going to get into graphical user interface, because there's a couple of other things that I need to cover before I get into it, but I promise I will get into that soon.